So Tia and Tamera are apparently not as close as they used to be because they're twins. Where have you been? Yeah.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video, we want to talk about Tamara and Tia Morris. If you don't know the sisters, come. People are talking about them because people are shocked that they are not as close as they used to. But yeah, let's just get into it. So, we all know what has been going on with Tia Morris. She got a divorce from her husband, and now she's a single woman, and she's all about herself. And now she has a reality show on WeTV, and on this reality show, it was premiere just this Friday, if I'm not mistaken, this weekend. And from the premiere and everything that was being talked about, the thing that got people talking was her talking about how in times like this she wish she could pick up the phone and call her sister Tamara. And this took people shocked. Like people were shocked about it because people usually associate like family when you, especially when you're close, then especially at your twins, identical twins, people expect like you people are like the best friends and all that and all that. And we've seen them growing up, especially we're millennials that watch the show Sisters. And the idea of not having them as a unit, as best friends, I feel like some of us could not really comprehend it. So after she shared that part on the sneak peek on the premiere of her show, this got a lot of people talking. And also, there was also an interview of Tamara talking about the show, her sister's new reality show. And she said she found out when the rest of the world found out. And for me, I feel like that's just where I was just like, that's interesting. Your sister is having a reality show, cameras following her, and you don't know about it. That just even made me like, okay. But clearly, the sister didn't know about it. They are not as close as they used to be. And this is some, like, anyway, let's go check out the clip that got everybody talking. Tamara talking about her sister's show. And then also another clip of Tia talking about who she is, how she is that sister or she's that girl that always asks questions and she's considered as the black sheep of the family, which I can relate to a lot because that's what I was called growing up because I was asking a lot of questions. But yeah, we're going to talk about that later. And then people's response to both of them not being close. And then I'll come back and share my thought. But let me know what you think about this story down in the comment section.
Has been the most challenging part of my divorce. It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could, pick up the phone and call her. But that's just not where we are right now.
Living her life right now, and Tia is doing Tia.
Tia's returning to reality TV.
I know. I didn't know until I found out with the rest of the world.
Any chance we'll see you on there?
She didn't ask me. So I take that as... No, she's like, this is my story, right. And... I can only respect that.
Are you and Adam trying to set her up on any dates or anything? Are you guys playing Cupid at all?
I feel like she doesn't want any of our input right now. And I can only respect that. So I think she is doing her.
You know her better than anybody, so you're like, I'm not going.
So I'm respecting that.
I consider myself almost like the black sheep of the family. Like I push the envelope. I have a very broad perspective, where I think my sister finds comfort in tradition. Whereas me, I'm like, I love tradition. I think it's cool, but I ask questions. I'm just like, why are we doing this? Why do we have to do this? Who says we have to do that? So I'm like the black sheep of the family. It was hard at first, but I'm here to break generational curses.
So the internet is shocked to hear that Tia and Tamera do not have a close relationship as they did when they were younger, now as adults. A clip from Tia's new reality show on WeTV has gone viral, and it's her talking about going through the divorce and how she wished she was closer with her sister. As someone who has seen all 3 seasons of their reality show, I understand why they are not as close. They have completely different personalities, different communication dynamics. And also we have to bring up Tamara's husband in Fox News. Listen, we cannot not bring it up. But I think people are not realizing that it is a normal thing to not be as close with your siblings as you're older. Tia lives in LA, Tamera lives in Napa. That's a couple of hours drive. Siblings go through a time where they're not really as close, or they're not on speaking terms because something happened. Not every family is going to have the happy dynamic, even twins. Now, I think Tamera probably made a phone call because his story is going viral right now. But y'all, please calm down. Not every family dynamic is your idea of normal.
Sister, sister, I got my own life. I do my own style in my own time. Sorry, that was a sister theme song. So Tia and Tamera are apparently not as close as they used to be because, you know, they're twins. Where have you been? Tia has a reality show. On the show, she revealed, times like this, I wish that my sister and I were still close and I could pick up the phone and call her, but that's just not where we are right now. To be honest, I feel like as if they're not as close, hypothetically. Again, just guessing. I don't fully know. I'm not in their family. Speaking of their family, give Taj Mowry his flowers. Give him his flowers. But I feel like Tamera seems a little bit more conservative, and Tia seems a little bit less conservative. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's very similar to them, which the way, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Hillary and Haley Duff don't really speak anymore because of that same reasoning. So that could be it.
Something just clicked for me. So the Shade Room just posted a clip of Tia's new TV show, and she's talking about how difficult it's been for her since her and Corey broke up, and how she wishes her and her sister were closer to like talk to her about it and like lean on her, right? And so initially I'm like, oh, that's understandable because Tamera regionally lives far away. She lives in Northern California and Tia lives in LA. But then she goes on to say like she can't even call Tamera, as if they're not close. And that just really pissed me off. Because you know what? Tamera has always been an op. Because when Tia and Tyreek broke up, her and Jordan went on a double date with Tyreek and Ginger to go see Ragtime. Yeah. How is that your sister and you're going on a double date with her ex and his new girlfriend? Op behavior. And Tamera has always gotten a side eye for that. And she used to be my favorite. But yeah, season 6, the episode is called Mixed Doubles. I just saw it recently. Pissed me off. Tia, girl, you deserve better.
Listen, Ray, we need you guys right now. Because why did I just find out that Tia and Tamara, they're not that close anymore? She has a new show, and she just released that pretty much they're not that close anymore. You know, like she needs her sister to talk about her going through the divorce. Like, this is seriously like hurting me more than like her divorcing Corey. Like, I made a video a few weeks about that, and I'm like, Tia, why? But this right here, no, we need our sisters back. Y'all need to get close. Oh my God. And people are speculating and saying like different things, because I was reading the comments because I do that. And some people, they're like, oh, is it because, you know, Tia identified with her black side more than Tamara? And some other people, they're like saying like, you know, it's her husband, it's Tamara's husband, you know. And others, they're like, maybe it's, you know, her going through this divorce with Corey. But I'm like, I don't care. I just need them to get back together, like to work things out. I'm saying like back together like they broke up, but you know, like to just have that relationship back. Y'all need to work things out. That's sad.
I'll never forget when Tia and Tamara's reality show was on E! Back in the day. And Tamara was pregnant with her son, and they were like at a restaurant or something, and she was like, oh my God, I wonder if people are going to think I'm his nanny because he's going to be so white and I'm black. I'm saying all that to say, it is not surprising that Tia and Tamara are not as close as they used to be anymore. For all intents and purposes, the only thing they share in common is identical DNA, right? Even if you look at their friend groups, Tamara's friend group is 90% white. Tia's is 90% black. They are not into the same thing. When Tamara had her daughter and her daughter was born, and her daughter is clearly black, right? Or ethnically ambiguous, but you will never confuse her for white. I wondered how Tamara felt because of how big of a deal she made about her son looking white before he was even born. Because when you're mixed, when you start mixing races, there is no telling what that child is going to look like. It's literally a crapshoot. So for her to be so stuck on the fact that her son was going to look white was wild to me. And also, I remember when her and her husband broke up and she was looking for love and then they got back together, he always gave unbothered and just was here because, like, I'm just here. Like, if he wasn't there, he wouldn't care. Like, he always gave those vibes. Tamera is obsessed with that husband of hers, and whatever thoughts he has, she has. Which is another reason her and Tia probably aren't close, right? But I don't think anybody was shocked. Am I going to be watching Tia's reality show? Absolutely.
Tia and Tamera. What I'm not about to do is sit around and listen to the internet talk about my favorite sisters. Now, if you watched that reality show back in 2011, this is not new to you that Tia and Tamera aren't close, because we watched it play out, and I want to say it's ultimately why the show ended and why they didn't continue to document their lives together, because it was a bit of a strain on their relationship. They weren't used to people being in their business like that. But what I will say is, as sisters, sometimes you do get pissed off. I am the oldest of two younger girls, but I cannot imagine not being close to them. Last year, them jokers had 2 separate birthday parties, and I get it. I was like, oh, they're twins. They probably have to separate sometimes, you know, just to feel like their birthday is their own. Maybe that's just something they decided to do this year. But I knew it didn't sit right in my spirit. I knew it was something funny about both of them having separate parties, and they didn't really make big deals out of the other's birthday. I don't know, maybe that was just me. Maybe I was just watching the social media too much, because like she said on her new reality show, we don't really know what we're talking about. But what I do know is you just confirmed that you and your sister not close, and y'all better get it together.
Okay, if you guys have been paying attention to social media in the last 24 hours, you saw where a clip of Tia's new show that's coming out. I'm excited to see it. She says that she wishes that she and her sister were still close. Anybody else get a sadness when you hear that? But I'm also not surprised. A lot of people have been bringing up their show from over a decade ago, which I remember that show clear as day. And the fact that Tamera's husband is a little bit controversial, okay? But I'm wondering if it has something, like if there's more to it that we just don't know. I know they went to like a red carpet event not too long ago, and it was awkwardness. Y'all remember the awkward hug and Corey did like last year after they divorced and everything? It was more awkward with her and Tamera. And then I remember maybe about a year or two ago, a lot of people were posting think pieces about how they felt like Tia and Tamera were no longer cool. And I think somebody even went to like their their Instagram following to see if they were following each other or if they had liked each other's posts. And then I think Tia and Tamera had like doubled down on that, and they like try to make it seem like people were going crazy. But I'm really curious what it could be that would have not only these sisters but these twins feel like they can't even pick up the phone to call one another.
I keep hearing things about Tia and Tamera and how they're not like closest as twins anymore. And as someone who's a twin myself, now before y'all start, I'm not an identical twin at all, but I have my 2 cents as to how people think about twins and how you guys should be thinking about twins. When you're a twin, they're literally like the first person you come in contact with in the world. Like they're the first person like that is like your friend, literally. And the way I describe to people when they ask me if I'm close to my twin is like, because I'm like, we used to be really close, we're not anymore. And they're like, oh, why not? Like, why don't you like savor that relationship or whatever? And it's like people grow and change. And the best way to give an example to that is like, when you were a kid, there was that one person you really idolized. And for me, that was like my sister. And then you like grow older, and then you realize that they were like, you kind of grow older and you realize that they're a flawed person. There's a point where they're like your hero, and as you grow older, you see these flaws, and you see how they're not the best person to be around, and then you don't hate them for it, but you're just kind of like, oh, like that changes. It changes how you view them. It changes your relation. It changes the dynamic of how you like talk to them, be with them, etc. And it's kind of the same thing with twins. Like you guys act like you're supposed to have like this really intimate relationship with your twin your entire life, and like some people do. Very rarely do they do, but some people do. But the fact of the matter is, like, this is 2 different people that you just don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, eventually you almost don't know your twin more than you know your family member that you really love. Like, it's kind of like that was once upon a time.
With the whole Tia and Tamera situation, what you're seeing are the 2 sides of Cancer, and that's essentially it. I feel like Tamera is an evolved Cancer. Tia is still trying to find herself. And those are the 2 sides of Cancer. Now, don't be fooled, because both Cancer, they are master manipulators, in that they can make someone or anyone feel sorry for them about literally anything. That is one of their key traits, is a manipulation tactic. They can make people feel sorry for them. They can also play themselves as the victim, even if they're wrong in a situation. The reason why I say that Tia is uninvolved and Tamera is an involved Cancer, because when a Cancer is uninvolved, they desperately do things to try to find themselves. Just like, Tia being involved in that relationship, I'm pretty sure Tamera didn't approve of it. And she probably made Tamera feel like, oh, you're just jealous. Because I think there was a clip in the show where she asked Tamera if she was jealous about a role that she received or she got. And she was like, why would I be jealous of you? You're my sister. But she's so used to Tamera living in her shadow, so to speak. Like, they've always been twins. Everybody's always seen them as a pair. But a lot of people kind of saw Tia as the superior one, or the more outspoken one. And I guess it just kind of hurts her to see Tamera living so comfortably, and without her assistance or her guidance. Cancers, when they're involved, they don't want to bother with people. They don't want people bothering them, and they don't want to bother with people, especially if you have a lot going on in your life, a lot of drama, a lot of tension, a lot of complications, whatever. They rather be in a show. That's why they're Cancers. That's where they represent the crab, because when they feel like you're going to be more on them than they want to actually deal with, they retreat. They're not going to pick up the phone when you call. They're not going to message you back when you text. They just keep, especially if an evolved Cancer who has a family, because Cancers are the matriarch of the zodiac, and they see pride in their family. That's their possession. Like, that's their pride and possession, is their family, their kids, their wife or husband, whatever the case may be. And they are not going to let anybody come in between that. So when they found peace within that, when they find a happy balance, it doesn't matter who you are, they're going to separate themselves for you. They're never going to hate you. They'll always love you, but they're not going to be involved with any antics or anything that may make you making them feel like they're less than. And they hold on to things. They don't forget. They're very intuitive, extremely intuitive, the most intuitive sign of the zodiac. And then Tia, being uninvolved, she's still seeking some type of acceptance, because that's a thing about Cancer. Cancer has to have acceptance from somebody, something, somebody. So she still is trying to seek acceptance because her relationship with her husband didn't work out. Me personally, in my opinion, I feel like she thought she could just run back to Tamera and it would be like old times again, but it's not, because she has a family and she can't accept that. So yeah, that's just my opinion. And if you be like, oh, you don't know, look, my son's a Cancer, my husband's a Cancer, I have a cousin that's a Cancer. I run into a lot of Cancers, and extremely loving people. Extremely. They love who they love, and they love very hard. Yeah, that's just my opinion.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this entire conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free. Share your thoughts, okay? So for me, I find this conversation very, very interesting, coming from someone. I'm from a very big family. I'm very close. I'm close with my sister, or will I say I used to be very, very close to some of my sisters, but over time, things just seemed up. For Tia and Tamara, I can understand why people are like really uproar on this one, because they are twins and we saw them as kids, teenager, and even as grown women on the Tia and Tamara show, where they were getting married, having kids. And sometimes when we see a beautiful relationship like that, we always hope that that relationship goes on. But another thing is that life happens to a lot of people. Life happens to people, relationship, friendship, and people are meant to make decisions that is best feel for them. I'm not saying one of them is a bad person or that person did the wrong thing, but it really breaks my heart to think that in times of hard time, her sister was not one of the people that she can call. And I hope she really has people that she can call in times of hard times that are there to hold her down. But in life, when people are not on the same path as you, especially when you're a grown woman, when you're grown, you know yourself, you know what you want, you know who you are, sometimes it's just better for you guys to just like define the relationship, respect each other's boundary. Because if you guys are really different, the way Tia and Tamara, they really are, they're both really, really different. Tia is very out there. She's very with her big earrings. There was this episode I saw that Tamara was telling her those earrings are big because Tamara would not wear earrings like that. And I can just see how it will pan out. Tamara went for a white man for a husband. She went for a black. I can see the tiny little difference, even on the surface level. Then imagine on the deeper level of being down in their core. And Tia actually talked about how she is the black sheep of the family because she is the type that likes pushing up the envelope. And like I said, I am that person, and I know how much pushback you're going to get, especially when you're coming from a place where everybody is very conserved, everybody follow law and order, and then you're the one that wants to disturb the peace by asking to them silly questions or provoke some thoughts. There's going to be a pushback, there's going to be side eye, they're going to look you problematic and all that. I got that. I still get that for some of my family members, some of my friends, they think I'm problematic. But I feel like as a grown woman, when you grow to a certain stage in life and you're defining what and who is going to be in that place where you pick up the phone and call, or who is going to be in that place that is in your tighter cycle, sometimes you let go of people, not because they are bad people, just because they don't walk on the same path as you. You just have to let them go because it's going to affect your mental health. Because one thing I've come to realize that when you align yourself or when you put yourself in a place where you're with people that are not on the same vision, the same wavelength as you are, you tend to explain a lot of yourself, try to defend a lot of your actions. And sometimes that can be very draining. I can tell you for sure that can be very draining. And I feel like that could probably be why they both are separated. Also, the fact that they are both not in the same state. But I don't see that to be why, because most of my best friends are not even in Nigeria, but we're still very, very close. So, but I feel like it's because they are both on a different journey, they are both on a different path in life, and each path is valid, each path is beautiful. But I feel like mixing them together was not mixing, and they made that decision to probably like respect each other's boundary, which led to them probably not speaking like we wish they would speak. And this situation reminds me of my brother. I love him to death, Emo, I remember, and different things can make people separate. So I'm going to tell you a story about myself and my brother. Some of you guys don't know, I'm Nigeria, I'm from a polygamous home. I have other siblings that we don't share the same mom, but I have this brother that was so close. Literally, we're just 7 days apart. He was born on the 3rd of August. I was born on the 10th of August. We're very close, love each other to death. And I know we still love each other to death. Like, they call him my twins in the house. Like, people don't even call us. They're like, where's your twin? Where's your twin? That's what they call it. He's a guy, I'm a girl. So, well, we love, like, we're both, like, clock like that. And we have another brother that was in the picture. Is a little bit older than her, so we're all like really close and netted. Like we literally do everything together. We're very close in age. We went to school together, did everything together. Like, we're very close. Even when we were in the university, we're going to visit each other in different schools that we were. So we're very, very close. And I remember when I lost one of them, the older one, not my twin, the older one, it changed the dynamic of our relationship. We used to be very close. We talk all the time. But by the time we shared that grief, it was almost like we were avoiding each other so that we don't talk about my other brother. And I feel like that was also like a coping mechanism for us. I'm in a different state. He's in a different state. But I felt like that was really awkward for us to exist, to have that friendship, that beautiful relationship we have without him. And one way for us to grieve and be able to move forward was for us to probably slow down the way we communicate and how we relate with each other. And which is fine. It breaks my heart. I miss him so much. Every birthday we're always on each other, which before it's almost like we have to, but now sometimes a birthday is just a text message we get from each other. But yeah, anything can happen to a friendship, a relationship with your siblings and all that. So anything could happen. It could not even be their personality that drift them apart. It could be something that happened in the family that drift them apart. Or anything could cause that type of relationship. And I feel like, yeah, that's just life. Okay, that's just life. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.